Hello, welcome to Model Kit Stuff and welcome to the B-17 group build update. Hello everyone, welcome to Model Kit Stuff. My name is Jason and today we are looking at how I'm progressing with my B-17 build. So yeah, I'm starting to make some progress and I'm now up to step 23 in my instructions, but we'll talk more about that in a minute. First of all, let's get into the group build side of things. So this is a group build. As a reminder, the end of the group build is the 1st of July. So you have until then to try and get a B-17 or B-17s in some people's cases done. But I'd also like to know where you've got to. So in the comments, please share with me your progress. I know at the last update, a number of people hadn't started yet, but we're hopeful. So hoping we've got more people started. So where are you up to? If you've got any problems or any challenges, please put them in the chat so that myself and other people within the group build can answer questions and give advice and support. It's greatly appreciated. If you've got links to materials that you think are particularly helpful for people who might be wanting to detail it, then you're welcome to share those in the comments as well, so everyone can share in your information resource. So let's just build up a nice community of people building the same themed kit together. That's the whole idea of a group build at the end of the day. And as a reminder, at the halfway point, I'm going to be asking you for photographs of where you've got to at the halfway point, or if you've already got past this point, take some photographs of the insides of your B-17 before you bring the fuselage halves together. I will be asking you for those photographs in April because my halfway point is end of April effectively. So it was just over it was about a 4.5 month build. So I'm taking the end of April as the halfway point. That's when I'll be asking you to send photos in. Don't do it now. I'll talk to you more nearer the time about how to do that and what we're looking for. But just so you've got it in mind, when you get to the point where you're about to join fuselage, take some photographs of everything you've got built up. If you've got engines and wings built up as well, fine. Take photographs so we can show everybody in the group build where we've got to. So that's just a reminder. So there's been lots and lots of interest in the group build. I've been really overwhelmed by how many people have got involved. It's far bigger than when we did the commercial vehicle group build last year. So there's lots of people building lots of different kits, and there's lots of people I know building this one and interested to see how I get on. So I am doing formal build diaries. I'm recording them at the moment. We have one or two other builds to get through the pipeline, so you will start seeing my builds coming along soon. What I intend to do is launch my build with a live stream, and as soon as we've got the Bristol Beaufort out of the way, then we're going to launch the B-17, and then we will put in there a couple of build diaries for the Shah B Matchbox kit that we've done as well. So we will be getting to the B-17 in just a few weeks' time. But what I'm going to do in this update is I'm going to show you where I've got to, and then right then. So where are we up to? Well, as you can see, I've painted the inside of the fuselages, and we've also given them a wash, and I've used panel line wash blue black from MIG Ammo, which is 1617. This came in part of a set of 3 washes for metal surfaces for aircraft, and it really brings out the aluminium very nicely. And what we're trying to do with the wash obviously is add shadow. So we're deliberately adding shadow, and what that'll do when we put the two fuselage halves together, it will it will put that shadow in, even if the natural isn't shadow. So if you shine a light in, you'll still get shadow and it'll look authentic. I haven't done this bit. I actually spilt this, boom, on the desk and lost about half the jar, and it made a real mess. And in the cleanup process, I forgot to finish the job. So you can see here in the nose where it's not done, and look at the difference between that and that. You can see what a difference it makes. So it's worth doing. I will show you how I've gone about that in the actual build diary when it comes out, which is not far away now, I don't think. So we've done that, and also other aluminium bulkheads have been done as well. So on this side it's not been done because we've got boxes to go on, but on this side you can see we've done that around here, and it really brings that out. So yeah, really happy with that. The flooring I think we'd already done, so I haven't done the wood on that as yet. Now on this one I'd asked the question of everybody what they thought. Let me see if we can zoom you in a sec. There we go. So if we can get my camera to focus. So I'd asked about this and I got lots of responses, and it appears the general consensus and some of the great pictures I was shown is that all of this area is plywood. But certainly in some aircraft there is a black anti-slip mat, which is this section here that's got the tape on. So I'm going to be doing the rest of this wood, and because it's right up in the front and it's probably the most visible bit of wood in the whole aircraft, I will be doing wood graining on this. So I'll show you how I do that. If you've seen my go-to videos, you'll have seen the products I'm using, but I am going to use a slightly different technique just because these items are that bit smaller. So I might end up using that technique plus a different technique just to get this done. So look out for that. I'll show you how to do wood graining in an easy way, not using oils that take forever to dry or anything like that. We'll do it in a quick, easy way so that you can crack on with your model half an hour after you've done it. So that's where we are with those bits. Let's leave you zoomed in for a sec. I put everything in containers with a bit of tissue paper when they're waiting for assembly or painting or final assembly. So that's a good tip from me. But we have done the bombs. So the aluminium in the bomb racks I've just dirtied up a little bit with Tamiya's brown panel line accent, and that really brings out the green, but it also makes the bomb racks look a bit mucky, like they get handled. It's a different look than I've gone for in the fuselage. Be wary of the decals if you're building the Airfix one, because there is no instructions for putting the decals on. Even on the paint sheet, they point out that you need to paint the little stripe on, but they don't, and they show the decals on, but they don't give you the decal numbers. So that's an error in the instructions. It's been omitted. It's not called out anywhere that I can see, at least. So the little stripe, that's a little bit of masking tape. 0.4 millimeters is the strip length I went for. Again, I'll show you how to do that in the build video. So you know, painting that on is going to be very difficult, not impossible, but adding a bit of masking tape and wrapping it round was way quicker. And when you've sealed it in, who's going to know? So that's the bombs. I've also got the other bomb racks done, so you can see here. And you know, they look fabulous. That's the view you're gonna get looking up into the bomb rack. So yeah, I'm really happy with those. So that's my first pot. Now in here we have our closed up cockpit. So again, we'll get the camera to track that. There we go. So that's completely out of the box. Nothing added. The only modification is the throttle control stick that I modified with a little bit of plastic rod to make it look a bit more realistic. So yeah, again, I'm happy with that. When you've got the windows on, you're hardly going to see anything in here. So this is sufficient for what we need to do. Again, the brown panel line accent was used just to make everything pop out, particularly the yellow. So all the little creases I put in when we molded the green stuff, you can now see that, and with the decals on, it looks special. So I'm really pleased with that. So that's all closed up, ready to go. I have seen conflicting information on this panel here, and a lot of them are shown as being the interior green, and now I've built it up, you can see we've got some touch up to do where those holes have gone in place, and possibly some filling. Well, in fact, definitely some filling. So I might repaint this green rather than brown, but the suggestion is, I think the brown is some form of padded insulation material, and maybe the idea was you didn't bang your head or something. So I'm not quite sure, but when I fill this, I might swap this to green. Haven't decided yet, but if you're building the Airfix one, these bits here, you want to just put a little bit of filler in, sand it flush, and sort it out. Or you could put some very thin plastic card over it, and just face it up if you wanted, which could be quicker, but you've got to cut this out of the plastic card before you assemble it, not like I've done, assemble it first. So I'm probably gonna fill it and sort it that way. I think is my way forward. But that's where we are. It looks great. There was no real severe fit issues. This bit here, this deck here tends to drop down a little bit, and you've got to sort of clamp it up together to get it tight into that wall. And as you can see, there is a tiny gap, but it's not noticeable at all. You can't see it, so leave it. Don't fret about it. Okay, that is the cockpit done. Now, somebody sent me an email, and I forget your name, apologies, about adding gas bottles. I'm not going to add gas bottles to mine, but I think you're right in saying they're possibly going to be visible. So just a rudimentary gas bottle shape would do the job. Obviously, they do have a textured surface in real life, but yeah, I'm not going to. I don't think it warrants. I don't think you're going to see them that much that it actually warrants doing something about it. So personally, I'm not going to, but I fully understand people wanting to. Right, so there's another bulkhead that's been weathered, ready for building up the bomb bays, which I think is my next task, because they go on the back of the cockpit we've just done, and you can see this is the roof that's been treated in exactly the same way, and that's my tail wheel bay sorted out. And then we've got some pipe work, lots of small little interior parts that I'm about to build up that are black. I'll show you a little tip on those in a minute. That's our seat, so I think you saw that last time. Just let me get my tweezers. There we go. Right, yeah, so I keep seeing pictures of these being wood, so I'm going to repaint these in a wood. They're ammunition boxes, and what I might do is just paint the top copper. Don't think you're going to see them particularly well, but if you just glance in and you're at an angle, painting the top copper will just give you the impression that there's ammunition in there. So that's sort of my plan. What I've done with the various boxes that have got dials and switches on is I've also given them a wash in the brown. And then what we can do is give them a rub with our finger, and just like we did on the floor, and that just brings it out a little bit. That grease just makes what happens when you put the brown wash down, it mats everything down. So you can remove some of that matte with your finger and put a shine on things like these little handles on the individual sets there. Clearly they need some paint. I need to look at some reference pictures. So if you have some reference pictures and understand what the colour should be on these, that would be really handy. Put links in the comments so people can find those pictures if possible, and we can then paint up some of these dowels and just make them pop out, just in case some of them are visible. I think a lot of them aren't, but some of them are. So that's pretty much where I'm up to. So I hope you're all really continuing with your builds and enjoying them. I'd love to understand where you're up to, so in the comments below, tell me where you're up to. Have you started? If so, where have you got to? A reminder not to close up your fuselage halves before taking pictures of what it looks like with your interior fitted, so that at the end of April we can do a halfway through the group build photo session. So that'll be excellent. I'm looking forward to that. And I think that's it. So thank you very much for watching the update. The build videos will be out on this very, very soon. I hope you're all enjoying the B-17 group build and you're enjoying building your kits. I can't wait to see the variety of kits we get at the end of this. There's so many people involved in this, it's blown me away. So thank you very, very, very much. Okay. You enjoy your modelling and I'll see you very soon. Bye for now. Hi and thanks for watching. You can support the channel by hitting the like button, and if you haven't subscribed, please consider the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you don't miss any content that I put out. Model Kit Stuff is a self-funded channel, and I don't do membership or Patreon or buy me a coffee. So if you'd like to further donate to the channel and ensure the cameras keep rolling and the content keeps coming, then you can consider making a donation through my PayPal. You will find a link to that in the text below. You enjoy your modelling and I'll see you soon.